So hello everybody and welcome back. Today we're taking a look at this BR52. This is a German steam locomotive from the 30s about. 30s, 40s. They used it in World War II. They used it to carry the K5s. This was the long range, if they wanted to move the K5s long distances, if they were just in the yards and stuff, or just moving the K5s around, they would use a VR360. The 14. The one I have is a C12, but they use the C14 usually. But there wasn't a C14 to buy, so there's a little difference like in the length, but I couldn't really change that. I couldn't find a C14, so we're going to take a look at this today. This will probably be a longer video because this is a big kit, as you can see probably from the box. And you can see here on the side is a picture of the finished kit. It looks pretty good, I think. I don't always show the sides of the boxes because sometimes there's nothing to see. And here's some more pictures on this side of the finished kit. Mine's going to look more like this, even though it's going to be a war version. I'll probably do the dark color, but I'll probably add something to it. Like, I'm not sure yet, but probably Africa green brown or something like that. Not sure. We're going, but it looks really good, I think. So here's our instruction sheet. Anybody who's built a Trumpeter kit knows what these instructions look like. They're usually pretty good, but they don't have a lot of information like part names and stuff in it. So here's our parts map. We have 18 sprues of gray plastic, a sprue of clear plastic. Here's our track bed, and also some photo etch parts. So number one, we're starting to build the track bed. We put the sleepers on, and here number two, we put the track in. And from experience, I can tell you it's better to paint these afterwards. They're really hard to get in if you paint them beforehand. I painted mine before, and it was such a tight fit, but it was just easier to paint them beforehand because you wouldn't get, using a brush. My brushes weren't so good when I painted it, and it was hard to get them in. And it was hard to get them in. And then we put the connectors on between the track pieces. So number one here, we're building the frame. We have first we have pre-assemblies A, B, and C. It's a tank, and just a couple of these frame parts here. We have more frame parts here in the axles. Number two, we have more pre-assemblies. These are the buffers, and I guess the bumper. I would call it the bumper. See, some of them are named. Globe buffer, flat buffer, but that's not named. It shows you which side's forward. So here we put these leaf springs on and these connector pins, or connector rods, and the bumper and the buffers on. Now, I don't know all the names to the parts here. I'm going to do my best. I tried to look at some of them, but there's a lot of parts, so I'm not going to know the name for everything. I like steam locomotives. They're really cool machines, but I don't know what everything's called. So number three, pre-assembly E, pre-assembly F. This looks like a main part of the frame here. Looks like it's part of the suspension maybe. There's looks like some springs or some things here with some connector pins as well. It's probably the driving shaft, I would think. And that's this pre-assembly F here. Pre-assembly E is then pre-assembly E is in here, this part here. Then we have some more leaf springs that go onto that front here. Some plates that go on it as well, and some of the framing here, some of the chassis parts here. And here on the bottom we got these plates that go on the bottom to cover the axles. And then number four here, pre-assembly G, H, and I. So pre-assembly G is this end part here. pre-assembly H are these two that go in here. I'm not really sure what those are, but they look like some kind of actuators. Looks like there's pistons in it. And pre-assembly I is here, this middle piece here. So here we have some connecting rods, a connecting rod that goes in. We have this end piece and some more connecting rods that go here with these two pre-assemblies. And down here we're just putting these air tanks on. Put them together, put them on. So the number 5, we have pre-assembly J, K, L, yeah, J, K, and L. Pre-assembly J, it says make 2, but we're only seeing 1 here on the front. It goes in there. And this is the part where the brake hoses go, the air hoses. Pre-assembly K goes on these, see here? This goes onto the pre-assembly L. You can see here, this one's already attached and this one's going on. These are probably, well, this is probably the transfer device, I would think, for the steam, for the, I guess this would be like the transmission, I guess. It transfers the power from the steam from the locomotive into the wheels. That's what I'm thinking. Not really sure. But it looks like that might be what it is. There's also a couple of covers that go here on it. And here on the bottom we just put this piece together and put it on. So number 6, it looks like we're pretty much finished with the chassis, or at least right now. Now we're working on the cab. So we have pre-assembly A, we have pre-assembly M, N, and O. Here we put the sides in the front onto the cab. We got some windows to put in as well. Then here we're putting this pre-assembly into the cab. This looks like the, I have no idea what it's called, but it's where they put the coal and stuff into the locomotive. You can see the door here and the latch. There's also gauges here for it, and a bunch of the machinery. Here as well, there's a hose that goes in there. And then we're putting our pre-assemblies here. These pipes and stuff that go in there. So number 7, we're continuing with the cab here. We have a door to put on here, and we're just showing you the paint wood brown. Same thing here. Put the door on the other side. Paint wood brown. Oh, there's also a pre-assembly here. It looks like make 2. This is some photo etch pieces. Then they go here. I'm not really seeing exactly where. Looks like above the door though, or above this window. Same thing here on this side. And then we put the back of it on with the windows. And there's a couple little parts here that go as well. So number 8, we're getting into a little bit bigger steps and stuff. We have here the top of the cab. We put a light in. You see, we paint it orange. Here we have this part of the roof here that goes on. There's handles and these covers that go on there. Here number 9, it looks like we're starting with the what is it called? With the main body of the locomotive, where the compressors, where the steam and everything is. This looks like the front part. So we got we have putting 2 halves together here, putting 2 halves together here, putting the 2 pieces together. Then we have these details to put on it. So number 10, we're going, we have more pre-assemblies here, P, Q, and R. You can see we have the main body here. This was not the front, this is the back of the front, what we put together in step 9, 8 and 9. So we got these pre-assemblies. We put the 2 main halves together for the front of the locomotive. And we put here the front on. We have the chimney, We have the compressor, I think it's a compressor, parts here. And here is, this was a pre-assembly Q here. This is pre-assembly P here. And the front was pre-assembly R. Then we have a couple more parts to put in there, and then we put step 9 together with what we built up here. Okay, so number 11. We have our main assembly that we built here. We're just putting these two parts on there. We put the cab onto it. And we have this, well, there's a turn wheel here that goes up here on the top of the cab. Then we flip it over. This is the back of the cab, and there's a piece that goes on the bottom. We put the body of the lock onto the chassis. Simple step, hopefully. Number 13. We have a hose to put in here. We have a hose to put in here. In here also there are 3 pieces here that go in. More hoses. So number 14, we have pre-assembly S and T. Here we got some parts to put on. We have a box to put here. And these covers for the sides. Then we flip it around. We have this drive rod, I think, or some kind of rod that goes there. A hose. Here we have a pre-assembly S. Okay, we have S and T. Both of them are here. Another part to put on, we put it in there. So number 15, we just have these 2 big parts to put on here with the hoses. That's one of the things I'm kind of worried about with this kit, if these are going to be whole by the time we get there. So number 16, we have pre-assembly U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. So you see here we have a couple of the brake hoses that go here on the front. This part here on both sides, this part here on both sides. Here is D26, goes here. There's pre-assembly BB, which I do not see. I don't see any of the pre-assemblies here. Oh, yes I do here. There's 2 of these that go here on both sides. That's pre-assembly BB. So number 17, we're doing these connecting rods here. And here are some of our pre-assembly Z's here. X's as well. It says X times 4, Z and U. So there must be some difference there. Those are the brakes. Put the wheels on here. And then the brakes and the connecting rods. Same thing on the other side. This is just the right and the left side. So number 18, we make 2. These are the stairs or the ladders so that people can get in there. We put those on, and then we put these pieces here, the covers for the axles. Here on the bottom then, we have some more details here. Looks like part of the driving mechanisms here, the drive shafts, driving mechanisms. So number 19, they stopped at the pre-assembly numbering. Oh, not totally. Here's CCAABB, which we already had a BB, but okay. So we put that together, parts here, parts here, parts here. And then all this goes together with the pre-assembly CC. Then we here have the BB. Pre-assembly goes here, the CC goes here. Same thing here on the other side, AA and CC. So number 20, we have pre-assembly DD. That goes here on both sides, there's 2 of them. Same thing here. This part goes on both sides, it's G45. We have no cement. And we put this connecting rod on there too. I don't know if it's a connecting rod or a driving rod. But it's like this main piece that turns all the wheels. I think it would be a drive rod or something like that. So number 21, not much to see here to do. There's a few small pieces that goes here over this last piece we put on. And here is a shaft that goes on as well. So number 22, we have our catwalks that go on there. I guess I would call them a catwalk, I'm not really sure. There's also here this rod that goes in there. And also here, this is just to stabilize the catwalk. And here we just have this one part that goes in there. Boom, one piece. Oh no, here we have a CC again. And that's this box here. Number 23, we have this rod that goes in there. And some kind of line. I don't know if it's steam line or water line. Probably a water line, I would think. And also the catwalks on this side. And these wheels, there's a couple turn wheels that go in there. There's a, looks like a hose that goes here. Here was the, to put the catwalks on there. Here with number 24, we have another line that goes in there. On top of here, on the bottom of here. And another small detail part and a tank. This is we have a pretty simply here. E is here. This tank here. There's so much here, so busy. It's kind of hard to see. I wish they would like color this. The new parts that you put on, like put a little color in it, like somehow, or make it different, so it's a little easier to see. So on this side we have also another line here, maybe, I'm thinking probably a water line. Goes in there with a couple other small parts. Here, number 25, pre-assembly FF, DD, EE, and FF again. These, well, you see there's like separation, F-F and FF. But they could keep going with the alphabet, I guess. Be a little bit more clear. So we have a lot of the details for the front of the locomotive here. Here's the pre-assembly DD parts. And here we have F-F, DD again. The others I'm not seeing right now. I don't see this EE. So number 26. Now we have some details on the front of the top here. We have the light. We have these braces here that go in. And here's our EE, goes here on the front. Two of them. And some small parts that go here with a little walk part. And here we're putting our shields on. And the top of the chimney. Which we got it here and here. But this is if you want to put shields on it, and this is if you don't want to put shields on it option. Pretty much the same on both of them, except for doesn't look like these parts go on this one, but it looks like they're still there. Maybe they made a mistake, or I'm not looking at it good. It'll be easier to see when it's going together, if they're there or not really. Okay, so here we're starting with building the tram. I guess this is the coal, the tinder. We start with pre-assembly GG, HH, II. We have our frame pieces, we have our bogies, our wheels I mean, and the brakes. Here are these parts of the frame that go inside. Two here, pre-assembly JJ, that goes here onto, I think, I would say it's the front. Not really sure because you can't see if it's front or the back right now. We put these leaf springs in, and there's some more detail parts that go there. And then we do the other side as well. So number 3, then we have our frame. Looks like, and the bottom sides to the top. There's a couple of hatches here with handles. We have pretty simply here KK. And then that goes here, and then this piece here. And I guess that's where the coal. So number 4, we have it says open circle hole for M32 or square hole for LL. This is LL, so if we want to put this on, we need to make a square hole. But I'm not really sure exactly where to make the holes right now. It doesn't say, but I'm thinking maybe that means if you want to put 32 on, then you make these 2 holes open. If you want to put LL on, then you make these 4 holes open. That's what I'm thinking. Option though, I mean LL is here, and here's 32. So we put that on or that on. And we have this piece here with the sides. Here MM. So here we put these framings on, and then we got a few parts to put around here. Our in pre-assembly, and here are these parts that go around. It's like a fence, I guess, that goes around there. And here on the other side we put these on too. We put that on both sides, M14, and we also have this piece that goes there. We put the chassis onto the body. Here we have a hose to put on. Here we have a hose to put on, big long one, and some small parts that go in there too. And here we have the bumper and these steps and the connectors for the lines. That's our pre-assembly J, which I guess we made that more than once. Yeah, we made that more than once earlier, and here's the other one. Our pre-assembly GG, which was over here. We put that on. We put our globe and our flat buffer on with our hoses and our connector thing. We have a light, we have a couple of ladders, and then we're finished. That was a long set of instructions, but it's a lot to build, it looks like. And boy, do I want to build this, but I got so much other stuff to do first. But it looks great. So here's our painting sheet. We're showing 2 versions. One in black and red, and one in, it says field gray and middle stone, but I would think would be a darker gray than that. I would think so. No, middle stone wouldn't be right either. It would be the Panzer Dunkelgelb, most likely, or maybe something like Afrikagrün brown or something. And I think I will do the black one though with like field camo of Afrikagrün brown or something like that. That's what I'm thinking about right now. But I also might do the black one maybe with a dark brown color. That would probably look better. I'll probably experiment a little bit. Take a piece of sheet styrene and look, because I don't want it to look exactly like something, here. I want to make my own. So here's our decal sheet. They're all white. It's going to be hard to see on the camera, I think. We have the German eagles, some white numbers, and also some stencils there too. For such a big model, it's not a very big decal sheet, and I think there probably should be maybe more to it. I don't know really though. So here we have sprue A. We have our frames and tanks. So a lot of it looks like they put most of the parts in kind of an order of how they go on. There's really nice bolt heads around here, like overall. Bolt heads there. There's really nice bolt heads everywhere. Here, those look really good here. Here as well. The bumper here. The rods here look good too. Nice and crisp molding. I don't see no flash on it at all. So here we have sprue B. We see this is the main part of the locomotive, the body, the tank and everything. We've got some nice bolts here. Nice details. So here we have tree C, sprue C. So we have a lot of our cab parts, as well as here for the front. See here on this one, some really good, really nice looking wood grain to it. There's good detail on this. Like these hoses and stuff, these pipes, they look good. That's breaking off. Nice detail on the top. The front part looks good too. So here we have sprue D. Nice bolt heads here. Here too. It's a nice detail on this. Some of the framing does not have a lot, but it's not supposed to, I don't think. It's nice. Pin marks here on the back here. But it should be hidden, I think. Yeah, on this side also good bolt heads. These hoses, or I don't know if they're hoses or pipes really. Probably more like pipes. I mean, it's a pressurized system, so they look good. Still no flash. So here we have sprue E. So there's a lot of our connecting parts, connecting rods and stuff. Nice big bolt heads here. Nice detail around here. This looks good too. When you look at the pipes, they're bent up a little bit. I think they did that on purpose to give it a more used look. Either that or they messed up, I don't know. But I would think they probably did that on purpose to make it a little bit bent. A little bit not exactly straight. These look good too. So here we have two sprue Fs. You can see there's a lot of our undercarriage parts, wheels and brakes and stuff like that, you know. We'll take one away. Don't need to see both, they're the same. So, there's not much to see here really. The wheels look really good, I think. Some nice bolt heads around here and here. The rods look good. Still no flash. It's a nice detail around here. Parts are really molded crispily. Nice bolt heads there too. So here are our sprue G's. Also two of them. So let's take one of these away as well. I don't think we need to see both. They're the same. So here are these wheels. Also look good. Some nice detail here on these hinges. And these wheels look, these pieces look good, and there's nice bolts around there too. The leaf springs look good. There. Really nice looking detail overall. Other side, once again, there's not so much to see. These are the inside of the parts where it attaches, and there's going to be pin marks and stuff. The only place I don't really like pin marks is like these right here. That might be visible a little bit, I'm not really sure. But we can sand and fill that. Wouldn't be that hard. So now we are into parts to the tinder. I really don't know what it's called in English. In German they call it a Stahlraum tinder. But it's where they keep the coal. I guess it's a coal car. I don't really know. Anyways. Here we got the framing for it. Here's the coal. And I think it looks okay. But I can improve that a little bit. Because I have stones that I bought for ballast and stuff. And I think maybe taking some of these stones and putting it on top, painting it all black. I think that would make it a little bit more, give it more depth. Even though it does look okay like it is. Okay. But it would look better with a little bit of like those stones painted on top, I think. So here we have the frames. Once again, it has good detail, good bolt heads. Here you can see it a little bit better now. I think it does look decent. But it also looks like it's melted together. And I think with the other, with some other would be nice. Nice detail there. Nothing much to see on this side. It's all the inside parts. There's a nice looking detail there. Around here is nice bolt heads. So next is sprue J. There's not an I. I double checked. I don't know why. Maybe it's two different kits. But here off the sides here we have some really nice detail. Here on the bumper, nice bolt heads and stuff. Here's also really nice, these pieces. And these pipes look good too. And this shaft. Springs look good as well. Both sides look pretty good. So even though there's more parts to the train, the next sprues are L, and that is the tracks and the sleepers and the connecting pins, or connecting, I don't know, the connectors. And these are just like the other ones I have with the other kit. The wood grain looks pretty decent. The tracks look good. And the bolt heads on the connectors look good too. The rest of the track I already built actually to lay alongside the one I already have. The ballast part. So our next sprue is sprue K. These are main parts to the tinder. Not really a lot of detail here, except for here is some really good detail around this part. And here's nice too. But the rest is just plates, you know, plain pretty much. And we got these pipes here too, in a tank. So our next sprues are sprue M. These are the wheels and everything for the ballast, for the tinder car. They have all the wheels here. Got some springs there. Oh, yeah. So the next sprues is sprue M. Take them away. You see here, these are all the undercarriage parts for the ballast car, for the coal car. Got our wheels, got our springs there, just like the springs on the other one. We have nice bolt heads overall. Got these ladders here. Got our axles. I think they look good. So the last sprue is sprue Q. This is going back to the locomotive, parts for that. These were extra parts they put in it, I guess, because it has the shields and stuff on it. And you see here, the detail on the shields look pretty nice. Some nice hoses and pipes here. And here's some really nice detail on here too. These are just plain, nothing to see there really. Here's also some nice detail on that. So here's our, well, these are all the hoses that go on the side. I don't know if they're hoses or pipes, but these are poly parts. And they're on this piece of cardboard here, so they won't get broken or anything. But I think they look pretty good. There's some stuff you gotta cut off here. And there's some nice detail around here where the connections are and stuff. And here these pieces where it holds on, they look good too. So our next sprue is sprue P. This is our clear parts, as you can see. It just has some windows and lights on it. Looks good, looks really clear. You can barely see it in the camera, it's so clear, which is good. They're not thick. I tried to do this stuff last if I can, or I have to tape it off and glue it on the inside for the painting, but also our lights here for the inside. I think it looks really good. So here we have our small PE sprue. This is the one that came with the kit. Just a few parts on it. It's not going to add so much to it. It's okay. Wish we had to put a little bit more in it though. So also with this kit, I did buy something extra, and that is this Edward set, 35890. It's for the exterior of it. It was kind of expensive, but I went out on it because this is a cool locomotive. I want it to look good. So we have this photo etch set from Edward that will also go with it. It has 3 sprues of photo etch, you see. I'm not going to really go over all the parts here, but we'll look real quick here. Some nice extra detail. If I had the money, I would do this with every model where there's photo etch, every model where there's like quick boost parts that are corrections and stuff like that. I would get them all if I could. A lot of extra parts there. I expect this to turn into a very good looking kit if I do good on it. Let's hope. So what do I have to say about this kit? The molding is really crisp. No flash. The detail looks good in my opinion. I can't tell how correct things are on it. I've never seen it be... Well, no, I'll take that back. I have seen a BR-52, but not from very close. When I was at the Technic Museum in Speyer, they have one there. But I wasn't very close to it. I saw it from, I don't know, maybe about 100 meters away or so. Got a picture of it too. But I think this is a really good looking model kit. I think I'll turn into a great looking model. It'll be a good addition to my K5E. I already got the track laid out for it. Not all completely assembled, but I built the track that came with the BR-52 to add to the track that I already had for the K5. So it's like two tracks running along together. It's one for the WR-360 with the K5, and the other one with the BR-52 and the other 3 wagons. That's what I'm thinking right now. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and join me next time when we'll take a look at this CAC CA-13 Boomerang in 1/48 scale from Special Hobby. This is an interesting aircraft, I think. I don't know a lot about an Australian aircraft except for they use a lot of ours, but this is one of their homemade ones. They had a couple other ones too, I was reading. But like the Baureihe, I think. But we're going to take a look at this then. Until then, bye.